We're live. Hey everybody, it is Sunday night. It is Atop the Fourth Wall plays The Outer Worlds. Hope everyone's having a good holiday season. My brain is not entirely here. Sleep schedule messed up. I woke up at only 2 hours ago, had dinner, set up for stream. But it's okay, because we're here for space, and that's the important thing. Chaos Nightmare, fun Ben 10 fact from Alien Force Omniverse. Ben is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, but his evil twin Albedo isn't. He's voiced by Yowie Hythen. Chaos Nightmare, you get out of here. You get out of here right now.
That's pretty good, actually.
Oh, me, oh my, oh me. So,
Yuri.
So joining us this evening, we've got Eliza.
Always great being here.
We got Lotus Prince.
Good evening, everyone.
And we got Xandru.
Hello, everybody.
We also technically have a Zen.
We technically have a Zen. Zen, if you're going to join the stream, you should just join the stream.
Let me get set up.
All right, so lots of things going on right now. Tentatively, because I'm just real life, always stuff in the way, always stuff going on. Tentatively, the Rain charity stream to get rid of all the old merch for charity. That is going to be on the 11th. What, RNG? He's in the chat, but he's not actually in here. Also, hi, Jesus.
Jesus.
Hey, Jesus.
So anyway, we have that we've tentatively planned for the 11th. Crimson asked before the stream started, "What time is that going to start?" And that is a good question. I don't have that figured out yet. The important thing is that I've confirmed with Store Envy that I can just sell the DVDs and whatnot and everything through their site, so I don't have to like set up some weird PayPal thing in order to make this all work. I can just use the already existing infrastructure I have to collect the shipping stuff, because the shipping payment was the thing that really I was uncertain of, like if I was going to be able to make that work, because it's a lot of stuff and I need to collect the payments on that to that. What's RN stand for? Random number. It's a play on RNG, which is random number generator. Thus RNGesus. It's clever.
Yeah. Every single person who plays D&D knows that you always pray to RNGesus.
Also, if you haven't seen in both the community tab and on my Patreon, I am gathering information for hopefully the top 15 list of this year. If I really run out of time, we'll just do it next year. But it's going to be the top 15 covers I didn't cover. So anytime I skipped the covers in reviews, and you were like, "Man, I really wish you would talk about the covers for this," You can declare your thing in there. In some cases, I might do a lot of covers for a trade paperback. Like, a lot of people want me to do the covers for Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's like 12. I don't know if I'll do them all.
Well, you should definitely do issue 7.
Yes. But otherwise, like stuff I had to, for brevity, or stuff I skipped because there's too many. Sure. Pick one or pick a trade out. Mind you, for stuff like Countdown or Future's End or ROM or the ROM perspective, one person said I should look at all the ROM covers. That's 70 of them. That's not going to happen. That's an entire video in itself, and a long one at that.
Then again, okay, I just thought of this. I don't know if this is something you'll go for, but there could be a sideshow idea for you, like atop the fourth cover. Cover to cover, like you review every comic book cover that you want to look at, whether it be trade back or just like a normal kind of thing, and you deconstruct what you like about a cover and how it could work, kind of thing.
That's not a bad idea. Or just going back, just having an episode where I do something like that and spend an entire episode just looking at that. That would be very easy to put together. The Star Wars covers, I think I can't remember if I did all the Star Wars covers. I think I alternated sometimes, but yeah. Post a comment in reply to that or on Patreon on the community page where I posted that, because otherwise I'm not gonna remember it in the chat here. Go over and post it there, and I'm gonna collate those and put them together. A lot of people wanted me to do the Transformers Skybound covers. Linkara top 10 superhero theme song covers. That's not gonna be a thing. Putting aside theme song covers is its own entire thing. I'm not a music reviewer. I'd have to find 15 covers, theme songs, cover, things, in order to do that. Also, hi Zen. Bye Zen. I don't think her mic is working.
Not working.
Oh.
Anyway, point is, that's what's going on there. The Shattered Grid review is coming up. I'm working on it now. We might close early just so I can get back to work on that. But otherwise, let us begin the Outer Worlds. All right, Zen, is your mic working now? Nope. Well, while we wait for Zen to put that together, does she hate us now? No, of course she doesn't. It's technology. This is live streaming in general. It wouldn't be a live stream without some scuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so last week on the Adventures of Cole Aidman, we solved the murder, and and the guy who was responsible for it became worm food, quite literally.
Quite literally, yep.
So let's figure out what the hell we're doing now, because that quest took up several streams worth. All right, Zen, how about now? Nope.
Nope. Yeah, there we go. We got it.
Wait. Zen, is that you?
That's me.
Very good. Okay, we got it. T-Elite, we'll get your super chat in a minute here. Okay, we got Radio Free Monarch. Promise to find location of the chemical needed by Phineas. Problem is he didn't deliver the intel on time. Doesn't provide an explanation. Travel to Monarch, find him and obtain the data. I don't even remember what the hell this was for. Slaughterhouse Clive, which is a side quest. With the scarcity of Saltunos herbs on Monarch, Clive Lumberg has been making a killing by operating the planet's last remaining Borst factory. Sublight wants to take the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch's province for themselves and have hired you to get rid of him. Okay, so a lot of things on Monarch. Grim's ready for a Tossball was signed by the great Birdie Black.
Monarch.
Okay, so we got to go back down and get that and get that that poster.
All right, Linkara, the super chat is a question for you from T-Elite. What is the charity the auction stream is going to, so I can put together a card?
That would be RAINN, RAINN. That is the Rape and Incest something network. I feel like an asshole that I don't remember the full acronym.
1 second, let me pull up something.
Yeah, I was going to say I could Google that easily enough.
Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network.
National, yeah.
Sorry, Rape, Abuse, Incest National Network, yeah.
Also,
all right, and yeah, this is the first full stream back. Hey, everybody, how's it going?
Welcome back, Zen. Also, hi, Jesus.
Hello.
I found Captain
Hi,
Arion
Jesus.
on Scylla.
Hi, Zen.
Faction Quest, the Ice Palace.
I feel like Zoidberg, and this is my friend Jesus.
We still got the Empty Man quest as a companion quest. Let's go back down and get that that Tossball poster.
And Fruity Groovy, we will get your super chat when you post it.
Pretty sure we were on Eridanos.
You can't hear any echo on my end, right?
No, you're fine.
I sound all right.
I have my microphone set up so he doesn't have any echo on it. You're good.
Okay.
Wasn't there also one more companion you pick up as well? Yeah, probably. I have no idea where they are, though. Get that Tossball post. Let me make that our main quest. Boop. Nope. The Grim Tomorrow. There we go. Was here, right? Yeah.
A moment of Zen with Jesus. I mean, this is our moment of Zen.
Yep, and we tend to have it every now and then.
Oh my god.
I was facepalming.
It's nice for RNGesus to like me. I was playing Kingdom Hearts like a few years back, and RNGesus hated me then.
Pretty groovy. Think you'd ever play Yakuza games to stream? I can confirm they are both engaging, dramatic, and also pretty goofy. Also pretty cheap. They only are $20 a game. Yeah, maybe at some point. Mega Timmy Tommy, we'll get your super chat when we see it.
Keep in mind, some cutscenes go on for a while. Like, I've played all the games, and if you want to go exploring, they can be like they can be long games, longer if you want them to be.
Yeah, I've watched a friend play them before. That was long.
Yeah, and the opening of like all of the games is pretty cutscene heavy, where you walk forward like one step and then you have a conversation and tutorial. Like once the game opens up, it becomes what you want it to be. But the beginnings of most of the games in the series are pretty lockstep.
Improv exercise. Talk about your favorite Tossball player / team in detail. Debate who is better. Well, me personally, I've always been a fan of Biddy Barlisle. I think his stats are great. He's kind of underrated in my opinion.
You know, I still got his rookie card.
I like Rudy Tizzuti.
Rudy Tizzuti? That guy is a massive failure. Why is he your favorite?
Because even though he keeps failing, he keeps getting back and tossing that ball.
Oh, wow. He can get himself back up. It's almost like he can follow his contract.
Plus, he had the goal.
Max Japan, hey, Linkara, morning from Tokyo. Yo! Hope things are going well over there.
Mm-hmm. Captain Avenger, have any of you, besides Andrew, seen the new VTuber bottle of RNGesus?
I have not seen it yet.
I have it.
We're now in orbit.
I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it'll be splendid and wondrous in this time of year.
Wasn't Rudy Tizzuti involved in that scandal? Look, that got disproven. He just sucks.
Look, you observe the facts, and you know stuff happened and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, not a fan of baseball, so can't answer. Don't worry, we're not talking about baseball. We're talking about Tossball, the totally real thing.
Yeah, Tossball.
Tossball.
I don't know what this baseball thing you speak of is. Well, but I don't know if you've heard, but we're in space.
Space, gotta have space.
And in space, we play Tossball.
In space, no one can hear you toss.
Unless you toss cookies, in which case we all hear that.
Clockwork Soul, if we're on a Tossball session, can we not talk about the Earth scene? All that talent on the team, their coach can't do anything right. Why have they not fired him yet?
Because they just can't bear him.
God damn it.
Not bad, not bad.
Well done.
Mr. Nandi? Greetings.
At least you don't have to think about that the terrible mascot of the White Comets.
Purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do?
The White Comets at least are not as bad as Generation X.
Grant has to check you with that Tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But
I've seen her show.
Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
I just want to point out one thing when she's done talking. Okay, real quick, Alex is saying if we're in space, shouldn't it be Spaceball? I just want to point out
we have a movie.
Are in space. We have various sports.
Yeah, Spaceballs was
I'm trying to
already
remember the lyrics to the Spaceball music. What you've got is what you give. It's something like that.
What you got is what
It's a
you need. All we
Spaceball.
do is dirty deeds.
Baseball's a flamethrower.
Or is he
Watch
not paying
out.
you on account of how he tried to fix
Sorry,
it
I
for
got
his
into
own
musical
self
mode.
and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
What?
You normally put your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no.
Is this like regular acid, or like are we talking the drugs?
It's drugs.
Whatever Sebastian has in
No,
stock,
it's
really.
space, so it's gotta be the regular acid.
Why are you buying so much from Sebastian?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the
Not a
strong,
crush, a squish.
silent type.
Yeah,
It's all
Squish.
squishy.
It sounds cuter than
My
Crush.
apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
T-Elite555. Don't have your super chat yet.
No, we do. What are you doing when you use a clock as a paperweight, freezing the paper in time?
Also, she is zooted out of her mind. Rudy Tazudi would not accept those accusations.
I wanted you to ask. Just
Hold on, isn't Rudy Tazudi that one artist with the chalk?
And she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
No, that's Rudy Tabooty.
I'm curious. What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about.
We're gonna cut to an image in his head. It's a little cartoon, like rabbit, like sleeping or something.
Body exercises.
Yeah, it's like Homer imagining the ballet with like the bear on the ice rink.
Yep. Yeah, great legs.
Brain dead.
Hard to find a man who doesn't skip on lower body exercise. You know, fair enough. That's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get
Who
carried
skips
away.
leg day?
All right, I'm gonna go see if I can play matchmaker.
Okay, for those
Again.
asking in the chat, because someone was wondering if I meant Generation X the comic. No, Generation X the comic's fine. Eliza forced me to watch Generation X the failed pilot, and I am convinced that this is the movie from The Ring that will kill you in 7 days. Luckily, I'm a ghost, but don't watch Generation X.
It is what I consider the worst superhero movie.
Hello,
Even worse than Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck is awesome, and you should feel bad for saying it's terrible.
Oh, amen to
Like,
that.
when
so
Battlefield
bad
You
it
look like a
looks
man
good.
who's looking for some
Better
mostly
movie.
fresh animal parts.
When Battlefield Earth is a better movie, you've done something wrong, because Generation X uses Dutch angles even worse.
Let's talk about Celia.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really
Yes.
seems interested in this stuff.
You get her going on a date. She likes you.
Nice of you to say. I like her too.
She's interested in you romantically.
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot?
Smooch.
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
Don't take my word for it. Spend some time with her. I promise you won't ask for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay,
Give peas a
I'll do
chance.
it. Once her shift ends, we'll
Or peas
go
a jolly good
someplace nice.
vegetable.
Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, but we can hope, right? I want them to be happy.
Cole Aidman, matchmaker. Just continuing my quest to make everyone's romantic lives better.
I'm gonna let you finish, but one more thing. I want you two to date.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
Said I'll go on a date with you.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on.
He likes you, Celia. Just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, It'll be too soon.
Well, that'll still kill his
Look at
business.
me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back to work look.
I mean, I can fix that look for you if you want me to shoot him.
No.
Extreme home makeover.
But to explain how bad Generation X is, they try to make all immune powers tied to being psychic in nature.
They messed up every single character. Everything is filmed at a Dutch angle.
They have
edited. It's randomly edited so that like you have one part of the film that just cut in with no buildup. There's no establishing shots. There's nothing. You're just in a location and you don't know where you are. And it's so bad that it took me forever to figure out that the castle that they're at was the X-Men mansion, because I've seen the X-Men movies, I've seen the mansion, but it's filmed at a Dutch angle, and I didn't recognize it.
Also, Fruity Groovy has a super chat regarding, like, Sebastian has, like, something going on in his head. He can't tell what it is. Fruity Groovy has, the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma, and then cut to thought about a carton of milk spilling over.
Sounds about right.
Oh no, not the New Mutants. Not the New Mutants. This is Generation X. It's a 90s. It's the first X-Men film ever made, and it was never released because it was a pilot for a TV show, and the pilot didn't get picked up.
It aired on
and
TV.
I wonder why.
It aired on TV once.
It aired on
Just
TV once. I remember watching it. Like I want to say there's a quasi cameo of Patrick Stewart at the very end as Professor X before he was cast in the X-Men movies.
Oh.
I want to say, but I can't
there.
remember if it was actually him or if it was just my memory replacing him there.
Probably the memory. Like the one saving grace of it is the villain. I forget his name. You know who it is.
That's the actor anyway.
He is fantastic. He's creepy. He's just right wacky. But he's completely wrong for this film. He made the film entertaining, but the problem is there's no build up to a villain. There's no send off. He's trying to be Freddy Krueger. It's weird.
Anyway, let's talk to Velma.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Ooh, I could lie. Can't touch you shoving a Baki running your yap like that.
Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Your chief what?
Braxton.
He's in charge fish, right? Yeah, pescatarian.
Also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
I'm looking for a poster. Here's my Grimm's poster.
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell.
Wow.
That about cover it?
Man, I met Black Hole Birdie. I could just get him to sign another poster.
Danny Fenlon said, would you rather have a jetpack or rocket boots?
Ooh, jetpack. A little more control.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to have an X-Men versus Freddy crossover. This was not it.
Who's Nell?
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional.
Gambling, you say?
She asked me about
gambling, you say?
Just once.
Lewis, you have a problem. First Fallout, now this.
Zen, the only
Don't worry,
problem
I'm on your
here
side
is
there,
the
Lewis.
problem, and the gambling problem is taking over Lewis. I call him Gambler.
I call him Gambler!
Why have you be able to do really good at gambling? Because we have Art Jesus on our side.
Exactly. See,
Yeah,
God
but
himself.
He's not on our side in certain.
No,
in some
not God
aspects.
himself, just the Son of God.
Yeah, but aren't you supposed to both be the same thing? There's like a whole Trinity thing.
Christianity is weird.
Look, that's
Well,
just part of the
Catholicism is
package
weird.
deal. Look, that's just a part of the package deal for Catholicism. I'm Jewish.
Fair enough. So by the way, she says about the money.
Damn right it is.
Alright. You saw the poster, right?
It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money.
Where's my money, man? Where's my money?
No. I paid Sublight for it. So it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grim may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
That is fair, but you haven't paid for it yet.
Yeah.
Also, Mega Timmy Tommy says Black Hole Birdie is fine, but he's no Zippy Gobblefingers.
No, he's right. Zippy Gobblefingers is kind of a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, until the scandal about him using whale blubber.
Look. Sometimes, it made the game more interesting. I think that performance-enhancing blubber is perfectly legit in this sport. Let's talk about something else.
Fine by me.
Come to an arrangement about Grim's poster.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
You work with me, I'm helping you find Braxton, all right?
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
Let's talk about that.
Tossball's a dangerous
Fine by
game.
me.
That's why I was a mascot, not a player. What about your foreman?
Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy.
Whale blubber.
Wait.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back
Something's
unless I pay them.
mammalies in.
I can talk to Caleb for you.
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance.
I'm a union negotiator now.
Get him back to work.
Oh no.
Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
I have so
Yeah, Club, they
Cole
make soda.
Aidman has so many jobs under his belt. He's a
Sounds
jack,
like if you make any
jack of
sort of
all
a
trades here.
It sounds like if you make any sort of deal with her, you'll have to collect on it really quickly before she sells out to somebody else.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. One thing I do want to bring up, since we're in the Christmas spirit, we have Jesus in the chat. We watched Muppet Family Christmas after Generation X, and that was fantastic. And that is something that everyone should see. It is wholesome. I may not be Christian. I'm more of a Wiccan. Sorry, Jesus. But this warmed my heart.
Muppet Family Christmas is a delight, and it should be more of a holiday classic. If only they could release the damn thing, but yeah, rights issues.
Yep.
Well, speaking of Jesus being in the chat, hey Jesus, you looking forward to Hanukkah?
Yeah, it's gonna be on my birthday. Woo!
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Like, that's kind of amazing. It's first night.
Yeah, the last time that happened was like in 2005.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, Easter was on the Easter was on the 1st of April, for crying out loud, and that's crazy.
All the latest Tossball games. So
Ooh, 1,000 yen.
Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths.
Ma'am, I'm a fan of whatever team Zippy Gobblefingers is on.
And Max Japan says, thanks for everything, man. There's actually a Godzilla statue 2 stops from where I work, and an entire Godzilla hotel in Shinjuku. Love AtopTheFourthWall. Hope to be a patron someday. Hi to the whole family.
Thank you so much, Max Japan. And that's awesome. I mean, I would love to go to a Godzilla store and just I don't know what I would buy there, but just having Godzilla stuff in general is great. Melissa, our friend of the show, friend of mine, and the person who plays Eliza in the show, and a couple other roles. She is a huge Godzilla fan as well.
Also, I know 1,000 yen is $10, but $10 is still fantastic. Thank you.
Indeed, which is why I'm very thankful for it. All right, I play for Aunt Cleo's Darlings. Don't you? I play for Aunt Cleo's Darlings. Don't you recognize me?
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch?
Part of Goodwill Turf House. Yeah, we're meeting our fans across the galaxy, Melanie.
Maybe we're not
They
so
call me Cole Hackerman.
Cole
So,
Hackerman.
what can I do for you?
No one told me you outbid Grim for a signed Tossball poster. Did you have trouble receiving?
Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the Tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
That was you outbid Grimm for a signed Tossball poster.
Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up. Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few customers to pay up before I can give Velma the bits.
And you get a double autograph, like just get another poster, because that'd be nice.
Could I trade you for it?
I don't know. This isn't just some poster. It's a genuine Tossball artifact. The Black Hole doesn't even sign things anymore. He just puts a stamp on them.
That's just a dick thing to do.
The only reason I asked
yeah, it really is.
in the first place
I mean, it is, but it's also very efficient when you think about it.
Maybe so,
Yeah.
but as someone who sells autographed photos on a store envy, which lots of people seem to be really into right now, like I sign every single one of them. It's not as special. It doesn't have any value if you're not actually signing them. Sure, if it's thousands and thousands of people, I get it. But at the same time,
it's just not an autograph.
It's not an autograph.
Yeah, that's
Look,
fair.
I will say in their defense, it's completely fine. He doesn't have his arm.
I didn't quite hear that. What was that?
I can understand him having the stamp if he didn't have any arm.
Yeah. But we met the guy. We know he can sign stuff.
There you go.
Thought to Game Time Aroma, my favorite fragrance.
Mine too. I wish I could order it by the gallon. Anyway, I guess they tried to take a shortcut around Amber Heights and ran into some trouble. Can't blame them for trying. Those iconoclasts never shut up. But they lost a bunch of cargo, including my jerseys. If you could get those for me, I might let Grimm have that poster.
Oh, so everyone could be happy.
This is a true RPG quest. Just the hole we're going down just to get this god-blessed poster.
Also, Tommy says, which mascot was Cole Aidman? The Dongle, Mackie Mongoose, Gritty, who escaped being the Philly hockey team for a glorious tossball?
I can't reveal my true identity.
Gritty really is just like a fourth nature in his own right.
I'll see what I can do.
Only if it doesn't get in the way of your busy schedule. To think, a famous tossballer like you helping little old me.
I am pretty awesome.
What can I do for you?
Found your smelly jerseys. Did we find the smelly jerseys? I don't recall us finding them.
I'm just shrugging at this point.
Yeah. One thing I will say, for those like reminiscing about the special,
apparently we did find them already.
Oh, we did. Okay.
I don't even remember this. Apparently we did. We did so.
Stellar Bay. What can I do for you? Really? Wait. Let me just take a sniff. Oh,
what the what?
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
That's the
Who needs drugs when you have dirty laundry?
Yeah.
Gross. Tell Velma that Grimm can keep his poster. I've got
Man, we must have like picked them up last time we were here.
Maybe I'm personally biased because of my location, but I prefer new jerseys.
Yeah, they have that authentic smell. Look, don't judge. Cole Aidman hunts things by eating dirt.
Fair.
Yeah, licking dirt is integral.
Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda. Like it's done all it means.
That's all for now.
Okay, one thing I will say, so the people like reminiscing about the special, the Jim Henson cameo at the end really warmed my heart. But one thing that struck me, the special is fantastic, but practically there's so many puppets, everyone's there. I was impressed by it. I gotta admit, like, for something done that long ago.
Generation X, the weirder it sounds.
I wish Jim Henson was in Generation
Jim
X.
Henson shows up at the end. It's heartwarming. What?
Yeah, the sheer amount of puppets in Muppet Family Christmas is impressive.
They have the entire Sesame Street gang. They got the Fraggles. They got all of the Muppets. Like, there's so much. It's crazy.
There is one thing I am sad about them not having, though.
Oh?
There were no doozers in there.
Well, they couldn't get them all, but yeah, I get you.
I wish they had Bobo the Bear, but Bobo was probably not a thing at the time.
Mega Timmy Tommy, didn't Gobblefingers do a whole PSA campaign against getting high off smelly jerseys? Yeah, obviously it didn't. Well, she said it herself. The propaganda campaigns, on the airwaves are making it difficult for proper transmissions to get through.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Gosh, this old girl's in her
Gross.
way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape than this.
Hey, you want to try running a cannery with obsolete machinery? You be my guest.
Sorry, ma'am. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and...
Oh. I see what you're saying. Huh. I'll have to try that. Anyway, what do you folks need?
Drugs.
It's not drugs.
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton shifts.
Why don't you turn them in?
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get this all tuna, fat and mostly tumor-free. Something else.
You don't narc, I do appreciate that.
Not too many tumors, yeah.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Why can't you give him this pay increase?
I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone.
There are working on it. Is there some compensation for that?
Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work.
I'll wager she don't pay those folks that maintain the mechanicals decent neither.
Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
They definitely need
Oh no, she's a Twitch streamer. She needs more bits. I get it.
These workers definitely need a union.
Someone's gonna notice your shortfall before long and be held responsible.
Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home, near the diner.
You'd steal from your own people? That's low, ma'am.
That's business. Someone's got to keep the lights on.
Shoot her in the face.
Yes, the electric company.
I may just end up doing that, but we will see. So I'm sympathetic to the workers here. See the Grim tomorrow. We gotta find the Tossball posters. We gotta talk to Caleb or whatever his name is. Vending machine.
But yeah, my heart grew 3 sizes today because I saw the Muppet Family Christmas, and it is currently the best Christmas special I've ever seen. Highly recommend it.
Nice.
We also saw Frosty the Snowman.
Say that again?
We also watched Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, sweet.
The Rankin Bass one.
I know. Actually, one of my favorites, believe it or not. But yeah, on the whole thing about the Muppet Christmas special there, the fact like so many puppets, but when you think about it, only like a few of them are voiced by the same actor. Like Jim used to like voice like God knows how many characters. So just like trying to get that all aligned as well is actually very impressive.
Guys, hacker voice.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Oh man.
They even added new characters for the special, like the Snowman. Like there's some really good stuff in there. And
that is a snowman and a turkey.
I want to have more, like a physical version that has all the parts.
Unfortunately, due to rights issues, that won't happen.
Let me know if I can stay on top of the doses. At least 4 batches rot in the warehouse for the last 2 months because we're not finding buyers. Those situations, the board put us in the top up. We need to start thinking about how we're going to keep Celebrate afloat if we can't keep sales up. Where are you? This 3 shifts is getting ridiculous.
Lord AJ says, ever watch the Garfield Xmas special?
Yep.
I believe I have when I was a kid.
I
haven't. I never used to watch Garfield. I wasn't really a fan. I was more into like Looney Tunes.
When it came to Garfield versus Heathcliff, I was always more into Heathcliff.
Yeah, I can steal it. I'm not gonna go that far.
Tia Lee says, just posted the first design for the auction stream for you to look at later and give feedback. Other than that, hi people, I do Minecraft skin commissions and I got extra slots for the holidays.
Hey, Velma again. Like, where is
Jinkies?
Deal with Clive.
Clockwork. Quick question: does anyone remember seeing artist renditions of Princess Bride with Muppets?
Yes.
I want to say I do.
I saw a couple of it. Like, it was running around on Facebook. I'm not sure if it was like artist rendition or not, but like a lot of people were like given certain things and certain characters, and we deserve a Muppets Princess Bride. I think that would be fantastic.
I mean, it's practically a classic right now. Why not do it?
We need a Muppet Die Hard.
We need to go back to doing Muppet recreations of movies, because like Muppet Christmas Carol and Muppet Treasure Island are both really good.
Oh, amen.
They're classics.
You know what I want to see? The one I want to see the most? Muppet the Matrix. And have the only human be Keanu Reeves returning to play Neo.
Whoa.
No, have the only human be Hugo Weaving.
Mega Timmy Tommy, we need more Christmas set or themed video games. We do.
Well, play the entire Yakuza series and Parasite Eve.
Captain Avenger 1993. Worst Christmas movie special you ever watched? Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I like the song. The special was ridiculous and awful.
That movie made fun of something that I love dearly.
I don't know if I've ever seen, like, I don't tend to watch Christmas-related stuff. I don't know if I've seen, like, a bad one.
Yeah, I've seen a couple bad ones. Christmas Shoes.
I would usually.
Yeah, Christmas Shoes is pretty bad. Anyway, let's talk to Caleb.
New face, huh? You from Off-World?
Cole Aidman of the Unreliable.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair?
Stay a while and listen.
I was thinking something like that. Stay a while.
For you both already.
What are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we
Hakuna
don't run out of
Matata?
bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
Muppet Hot Shots 2.
What made it be so bad?
Muppet Pineapple
But the
Express.
sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our
Muppets
supervisor
Power
goes
Rangers.
on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate.
I mean, the Power Rangers movie from the 90s turned that into a Muppet
She
film.
won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on
Have you
Monarch,
seen the Tengu?
we're free from the board, you know. We
And have the
right to
only
lobby for more
human
hours and pay.
be Ivan Ooze.
You talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
You had to put Velma to
I
negotiate.
want to
If I knew that, I'd have
discuss.
tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
It's about blackmail now?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, I think Muppet Pineapple Express would be perfect. I mean, the characters are already Muppets to begin with, like, just the way they act, so... Or Muppet Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun to see.
Oh God, Night of the Living Muppets, like just the Muppets, like recreating.
Those would be sketches they reference on Sesame Street. Ain't no way they would like do the movies.
Fair.
Yeah, you'd have to get the rights, but that would still be fun, like, just to see, like, the only real character would be, the main character in Shaun of the Dead, Shaun. And then you'd have everyone else be Muppets.
He's just like
I don't know.
Muppet Nick Frost is directing him in Time Splitters. Upper left.
So let's just go to the Winchester, have a pint, wait till this all blows over.
You're exacerbating the situation. What does that mean?
It means the situation. You're exasperating it.
Let's see.
Muppets just make things better.
Yes, they do.
Usually.
Muppets are great for everyone.
Muppets for everyone. Why did I combine those ideas?
Did you just use the Cubic theme song?
Yes,
it was the Cubic theme song, yes.
Someone's been killed! Where?
Okay, I'm one
Cole
more.
Aidman to the rescue!
I'm more just. I'm not sure which is weirder. The fact that somebody other than me remembers Cubics, or the fact that I immediately recognize the Cubics theme song.
Oh, I just stepped in a dead man's blood. And I think one of the flies landed on my mouth. If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Don't worry, I'm Detective Columbo.
Muppets Wizard of Oz was a misstep, but that was not the Muppets' fault.
It was still a bad movie.
It's a bad movie, but I blame the script.
Look at this, walk into people's apartments.
Godfather, but with Muppets, the only actual human would be,
Oh, sorry.
Marlon Brando or Al Pacino?
Marlon Brando. He's already a Muppet.
Replace sack reel before disposing of any corpses.
Looking for clues. Looking for clues.
We're very good at our jobs. All we're doing is, like, we're solving murders, we find one clue, and we're calling all their lies. We're great.
The stainless steel rat.
Rizzo?
Gonzo?
Why is there a rat here?
Betting slip lists some grizzly bold Aidman for team called mostly colonists from left field tossball betting.
Let's start by looting the crime scene. That's the only way to start to find clues.
I mean, that's what the cops do.
Technically, yeah.
All right, Harris, we're gonna see what we can find about this, but then, investigate left field tossball betting. Interesting.
If we're looking for clues, don't we need a blue dog?
Blue
No. We need our handy dandy notebook before we can do anything.
Let me pick it up.
Out there, considering what I'm seeing in the chat here, Mega Timmy Tommy suggests Muppets Twin Peaks. That has been done in an episode of Sesame Street. It was a parody called Twin Peaks. Yeah, it was a parody called Twin Beaks, where they had like a split beak. Muppets did fucking Game of Thrones. They can do Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
They did Avengers. I forget what else they did.
Stranger Things.
That's
Superman.
Steve from Blue's Clues is still awesome. I didn't know there was a third iteration, but Blue's Clues is still awesome. You know, we got to teach the kids something right, and I think it's better than Dora in my opinion.
You gotta sit down in your thinking chair.
There is a TikTok out there, if I recall correctly, where they talk about the relationship around Mr. Salt and Mr. Was that Mrs. Salt and Mrs. Pepper?
Yep, and their child. I forget who their child. Paprika.
Yeah,
Paprika.
And how clearly there is something weird, like the racial identity of the seasonings.
I'm just like, look.
They did a bit like that in The Simpsons, where it was like about the Munsters, where they were like, if your mother was like a vampire and your father was a Frankenstein, how come you're a werewolf? And he's like, I never thought about that, and he just like doesn't answer.
Well, I can actually explain
it's because
more.
It's very simple. He was born and he got bitten by a werewolf. He could have been a normal kid.
Actually, no. It's
he's not a Frankenstein's monster vampire hybrid when he's not a werewolf.
To be actually, I can explain this with lore from the Munsters because I weirdly have lore from the Munsters in my head. You see, in the Munsters, Grandpa Munster had 2 children: his vampire daughter and his werewolf son, Lester. Everyone forgets Lester existed. There's only he only should have been 2 episodes of the original show. But Uncle Lester was a werewolf, just like the son. That's why.
Oh, now we're bringing in critical seasoning theory. I just got to bring up the food theory with the Nutter Butter.
No, no. I do not need to remember nut walking.
Yes, nut walking and the Nutterverse are real terms.
I love stealing. I love taking stuff.
I swear that episode of Food Theory broke me.
It broke me too because I heard Nutter Butter ARG and I'm just like, what?
Thank you.
Is this sort of like April Fool's joke or?
No, like legitimately, apparently they had something going on and it was weird and it involved an ARG and someone actually crossing over to the Nutter Butter universe.
Yep. Basically, over the last 2 years, Nutter Butter has been doing deep lore stuff on YouTube and stuff.
Which is like, why? Muppets Saw? I could actually see that because Muppets usually take some darker movies and make them more palatable for an audience. So I think Muppets Saw could be funny.
Yeah, but they don't do the movies. They would do a sketch where they had a physical saw. They'd be like, look at this saw. And that would be the bit.
Well, you say that, but they had actual characters from Law and Order on the Muppets once.
Yeah, but were they investigating a murder? They had Tyrion and Cersei from Game of Thrones, but they just had them stop arguing and learn to agree over a dinner table. They didn't do Game of Thrones plot.
They did Muppets Haunted Mansion, and that worked. So.
Unlike the original Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion, which sucks.
Or the sequel, which is okay, but differently bad. It's not what I'd call bad, but it has problems.
I'm sorry, that Eddie Murphy movie is so bad.
Yeah, the Eddie Murphy one is bad and boring. The other one is better, but it has problems with editing, even though I do think that it's made better by the sheer presence of Danny DeVito.
I don't want to die.
Man, no one wants to die.
Well, you say that, but the Muppet wants to die.
This person wanted to die because they had suddenly attacked me for no reason.
I mean, I got in trouble at the hospital earlier this year for singing the Muppet song.
You get in trouble singing a Muppet song?
No, not the Muppet.
It's a muffin. It's a muffin song from this person who does ASDF movie. It has lyrics that are not suitable for the stream, but essentially it is something that can help you through depression.
Yep.
I didn't do anything, assholes.
It's a very uplifting song when you think about it, but the lyrics themselves use some terms that would get this immediately demonetized.
Good to
know. Yeah, about a muffin that wants to commit toaster bay.
Okay, remake the Clue movie with Muppets. That I could see.
Oh god,
Clue's a great movie, but Muppet Clue is
that would be awesome, especially if they had the only human being Tim Curry.
Which they've already done in Muppet Treasure Island.
Yes.
Yeah. And it works because he's already a Muppet. And then Muppet Christmas Carol works because Michael Caine views the Muppets as fellow actors.
You break into one thing and then everyone's just suddenly being an asshole to you. Jeez.
I don't know who Guy Ritchie is off the top of my head.
Guy Ritchie did the Aladdin movie. Which I thought was good. Guy Ritchie is great at Bollywood stuff, and if they had let him do stuff, there was a lot of Hollywood meddling.
I just wanted a Tossball poster!
Will Smith made an actual good rap, and they just tossed, like, they put it at the end instead and made him do Robin Williams shit.
Yeah.
Hollywood system is back.
The Hollywood system has always been bad. Let's face it. It needs to be fixed. It's been needed to be fixed since, like, at least the 50s.
Because I actually liked the Aladdin remake, and it does fix a lot of things. The problem is, every time, for every good thing, you have stuff that they forced into a bucket because of the original movie doing well, and I'm like, just make it different then.
Yeah,
But if we do it
with the original movie, then just re-release it in theaters.
I want to load back, but I also want to be like, devoted to the choices we've made. So I'm like,
We want to get a poster, okay? Oh my God, a few good Muppets would be that I want to see.
Yeah, that would be great.
With Sam Eagle
whatever I
playing
want.
If you had Sam Eagle playing the evil character, that would be so amazing.
The other thing that'd be great: 12 Angry Muppets. You know, do 12 Angry Men, but with Muppets.
Zen, you shouldn't have said that. I hate that remake so much. You're welcome to hate it, but I like it. I mean, like, we're all guaranteed our own. Look, we all have opinions, just like assholes. We all have opinions. Mine are just very different. I'm a bunny.
I think Cole might have to close his detective agency after this. No, we're fine. We're fine, people. We're fine.
We're getting clues and corpses. It's fine.
For example,
I'm a detective. Damn it.
Yeah.
There's one of the Disney remakes that a lot of people tend to hate that I actually really like. Because it's actually closer to mythology than the original Disney movie.
Hercules?
What I liked about the Aladdin remake was that they actually made the Sultan into an actual character who wasn't a bumbling doofus. They actually did more with Jasmine. Not all of it worked, but they did more with Jasmine. They made Jafar into a man who came up from the streets, and I think that paralleled Aladdin in his plight. I think these things worked about it because, you know, you could see the thematic parallels. And I also love the Bollywood dance number. And the jams. The jams was great.
And Super Chat, Serenity M16 says, personally, or maybe MI6, says, personally, the only thing I really liked from the Aladdin remake was Jafar's line, "You're either the most important man in the room, or you are nothing." Such a Jafar thing to think.
Yeah.
And it is, like, that's part of why I like Jafar in this, is that he isn't just doing it for greed. He's trying to bring himself up in the world, and he still sees himself looked down on by the Sultan. And I think that makes sense for Jafar, rather than just, I want to date Jasmine and be a Sultan. That it has more motivation to me.
Meanwhile, remake Aladdin again that's more accurate to the old story, where the genie is just fucking terrifying.
Okay, let's try this again.
Meanwhile, I like Maleficent, even though I know that Zen doesn't.
I don't like it, but, like, you're welcome to have a different opinion. Yeah. And I think, you know, when it comes to certain things, like, the original version of certain things are so well loved that it's hard to look past them, but we should be able to disagree and still be friends.
Yes.
Ryan Max says, Cole just had a very dark vision about shooting up this town. Luckily, he restrained himself and continued to search for the Tossball poster.
Of course.
But the reason why I like Maleficent, if you've ever read the original, one of the earlier versions, not because it's really hard determining what the original version of a fairy tale is.
Things change over time, and one thing that we talked about, me and Eliza, while watching Epic the Musical, is that even myths change over time, where the Odyssey has changed so much over time that if you heard the original version, it was very different. And we reevaluate certain things over time. There's things that I hated as a kid that I like now. And I feel like we should be always constantly reevaluating our opinion. Sometimes our opinions are right, but other times we should examine that, and that's part of what it is to be a critic, I believe.
So how do I get these people to not notice me trying to open that thing?
Oh, real quick, Fruity Groovy says, speaking of Aladdin, since Wicked is out in theaters, I recommend watching Team Star Kids' Twisted, which is basically a parody play version of both Aladdin and Wicked.
I've heard of it. But,
haven't heard of that.
If you've never heard one of the earlier versions of the Briar Rose fairy tale, a Sleeping Beauty fairy tale, whatever you want to call it, because there's multiple different names for it, Maleficent does indeed curse her at the beginning. Well, she's not called Maleficent in the original story. That was a Disney invention, her name. She was just literally the Queen of the Dark Fairies. So, the Queen of the Dark Fairies not only cursed Sleeping Beauty at the beginning of the story, but halfway through becomes the ally of the Sleeping Beauty. Because the true villain of the story isn't the Queen of the Dark Fairies, it's the prince! Who does some very NSFW things that I cannot mention here things in the story.
I'm gonna go investigate the tossball betting, because apparently that seems to be a thing that people are pissed off about, too.
Because fairy tales are dark as hell.
Wait, the dark world of Tossball? So are we having, like,
Tossball betting.
People, sports betting apps?
Yep.
If you're sensitive to various things, never read the original versions of any fairy tales. Trust me on that.
Things change over time. If you look at the Grimm versions, they're very different from the Disney versions. That's very different from the Disney updates. Things constantly change and evolve. The things that people like
made to be family friendly for a modern Western audience.
The things that people like will always be what drives it forward. Just like how, like, in certain cases, there are things that weren't in original versions of a novel, and people liked an adaptation, and it's suddenly part of the lore now.
Yep.
Alright, I found the best of a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Nice.
Kind of like how the original...
Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
Who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Here's a tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Serenity M16 says, something I can't stand is when people think they're smarter than fairy tales, especially because they never are. They just make terrible updates.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I think life is constantly updating and changing. You may not like them, but they're not thinking they're smarter than the fairy tale. They're just putting a new spin on it. If you don't like it, that's fine.
Well, look at Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is like the exact opposite of what the original fairy tale was. In the original fairy tale, Beauty had to learn not to judge by appearances. And in the Disney movie, she was all ready to go. The Beast had to learn to stop being a bitter misanthrope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, things change over time.
In the fairy tale, and Beauty was like, oh, but you're a hideous beast, and, like, had to learn a lesson.
I think what really comes down to is culture.
Acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Well, as a kid, I don't know what I could do.
Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky.
TikTok, Agnes.
He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy? Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home.
This is either a trap or this kid ran away from you.
You hear? It's down the road southwest of town.
Saying anything, I remember this mission.
That far, I just know it.
Oh, this mission I totally remember.
I haven't played this game.
You punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think.
This would be like a 30-year-old, I'm betting.
Away from their mamas. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, don't say anything. Let's see it for ourselves here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing with fairy tales and the thing with stories in general, culture dictates what we value at the time. And therefore, our fables, our stories are updated to fit our culture. You may not agree with that, but that's how things have been since the beginning of storytelling, because we have a lot of the same story structure. We just keep reusing that and developing it in a different direction. It's developed based on our values.
For example, you want a good example of how stories can change quickly? Spider-Man only came out about 63 years ago. And when Spider-Man first came out, Uncle Ben did not say, with great power comes great responsibility.
The cultural lexicon only happened because of that movie.
Well, I mean,
and it changed how we looked at it.
Well, the original comics they didn't have like that. They changed it over time.
Yep, the first thing to actually have the Uncle Ben say great power comes great responsibility, I believe, was the 1980s Spider-Man cartoon.
We just have different values, and as time goes on, we realize, okay, this is what we want to add to this story. It could be bad, it could be good. We've seen it bad with the live-action remakes. It's not that people think they know better, it's that they think they want to add this to the story.
By the way, I'm loving this Tesla gun.
How shocking.
But the thing is, just because something is new doesn't always mean it's bad. But that doesn't just because something new doesn't always mean it's good either. It's just new.
Yes.
Yeah, I should also mention, keep in mind that just about any media is a product of its time as well. I know that some of the older stories, especially in the Arabian Nights, were surprisingly progressive, but that doesn't mean that like all of them necessarily are. So there could be changes that like
even the well-beloved Disney
like, more characters than like tropes.
Yeah,
Even Tommy, this whole conversation reminds me. Mega Timmy Tommy, this whole conversation reminds me. Read Hogfather.
Yeah.
Okay. Even the original Len had stuff that like the opening lines with the genie. You know, it's barbaric, but hey, it's home. There's stuff that hasn't aged well. So it's like, it's not saying that the original was bad, it's just there's some things that we don't want to see again, or we want to change it in a different direction that would be maybe more respectful to the culture of this area.
The great power quote was in the 1960s cartoon, but it was not said by Uncle Ben, it was said by Peter.
That's fine, he learned his lesson.
It just, I feel like
the point is how the story tells the message and whatnot, and how everything goes down, gets shaped and reshaped by culture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
One of my favorite things that did that is something you can see in every single adaptation of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, where every single iteration becomes more and more accepting of the Romani.
Victor Hugo himself rewrote the story several times.
Yes.
Nerds. Yeah, I've just got to say, I'm a bunny. Okay, take whatever it is I say with a grain of salt, because I'm a bunny.
You're a nerd bunny.
In middle school and half of high school, I was a jock.
I was a nerd. I was an outcast. But I in undeath, in my ghost life right now, I'm surrounded by friends. So I think I won in the end.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Jesus, for letting me come back.
Not a problem.
So what was that? What was that phobia?
Acrophobia, as in fear. It's basically a fear of heights.
Yeah, like acrobat.
Alright.
Well, I'm gonna head off to bed. You guys enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, have a good night, Jesus.
Well, have a good one.
All right.
But another great example of changing things is Disney's Tarzan. I can do an entire 5-hour dissection of that film on everything that they changed from the book.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the iconoclasts. I'm Rose. Please take a pamphlet.
This is called
Iconoclast. Everything you need to know about Graham, his philosophist truths, and the iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know.
Oh, Iconoclast, the video game, very nice.
No, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting. We're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it.
Out of pamphlets? Well, I'm leaving now.
Why am I even here?
Why, we're the only free people in Halcyon. No corporations, no shackles, no problems. Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come.
It is renamed. No problem, it's just hurdles.
So long as you can earn your keep.
Never Tucker. Have you seen him?
The new boy. Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
All right, we got to walk up a hill, apparently.
Disarray level analysis.
I feel like there's another cult here. I don't like it.
Utter and total chaos.
By the way, what were we actually talking about when we mentioned acrophobia? What was the context of that?
I fell down off a cliff.
Oh, okay, because someone in chat says I thought it was agoraphobia, the fear of open spaces, so I wasn't sure.
I technically have that too.
I have vertigo.
New face around here. What do I call you, stranger?
Call me a
Cole
bunny.
Aidman.
Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker. You here to join the iconoclasts? Help us free this world?
I think you're Ed's little boy for celebrate.
I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades. No matter
He's
what
so
my
bitter.
mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me. Had hoped she'd accept my decision. According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life,
Well, that would be agoraphobia, wouldn't it?
danger down my throat. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off.
Jesus.
Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
Yeah, she's one of those.
You know, those helicopter parents.
So what do you want to do about it? She'll keep sending people to look for you.
Stars, I don't know. My mama's a stubborn woman. She won't quit until I'm dead. You know, that might just work. You go back and tell her you found my body beside the road, all mangled and tore up. If she believes me dead, she won't look for me no more.
Or she'll make revengeance.
You okay with her thinking you're dead?
I hate to think of her grieving, but it'll be good for her to move on. In the long
I do not see this ending well.
I'm not saying anything.
I mean,
I think she's gonna ask for revenge. Like she's one of, if helicopter parents are the type that if something happens to them, they perk up.
Yeah, and even then, like, this is a family beef. You guys got to settle this yourselves.
I'm plain out of ideas then, Captain. I won't go back, and I can't think of a better way to get my mama to stop searching for me.
Okay, you're running this for character. You need to face her and show her you're grown up.
She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again? What'll be different this time?
Take
You
a
drive down
gun!
every week. Show her the skills you learned.
You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my ground and make her see she can't control me anymore. No one can.
I love TF Master. That idea might just be crazy enough to fail miserably.
Yeah, it's like Family Guy. Like, what were you thinking? Well, it was stupid, yes. Foolish, yes.
I got nothing.
Yes,
This is a bad plan. They're just like the angry video game nerd. Every time I hear what we were thinking, like, what were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
Were they thinking?
Seems like a nice little town. Except for all the weird critters.
All that you do.
Sam, making blood-stained clean again.
Yeah, we can't go back.
Thank
to
you,
town.
robot.
I'll come back later because I feel like this place that needs work.
He took a calculated risk, but boy, is he bad at math.
Oh, Mike, I took the risk that I would actually get somewhere versus the risk of doing something horribly stupid, and I did it anyway.
Yeah,
Okay,
my partner has been showing me.
Yep.
Stealth mission.
Was that MST3K the movie?
Yep.
God damn.
My partner has been showing me a bit of AVGN, some of the various different episodes. Old school AVGN, it has a very specific charm that I like. It's not specific for me, but I like it. It's like, it's not something I can watch all the time.
I'm not staying. I just came back to talk to you about why I left. Then I'm going back to Amber Heights.
Oh, we'll get that silliness sorted out. You're safe
Oh, how
here
annoying.
with me, and that's how it's going to stay. Isn't that right?
So a grown man. Time to start treating him like one.
What a sour thing to say. My little boy will always
I like
need
that. You
me.
mentioned
I'm his
reward.
Mama, you know.
Mama, what I need is for you to listen to what I want for once. But that's between us. Now you promised the captain a reward, so settle up. Then you and me are gonna have a long talk.
Here, kind stranger. This is every bit I've scrimped and scraped for years to save. But it's more than worth it to have my tuk-tuk home safe again.
I hope he gives you like the side mouth, like, do not tell anybody that I'm Tuk Tuk. Do not tell anybody.
Don't worry, Tuk Tuk, your secret's safe with me.
Hey everybody, his name's Tuk Tuk.
Hey everybody, you hear this guy's name is Tuk Tuk?
Don't worry, we'll tuck away your secret.
Let's up our stealth a bit more with our hacking and lockpicking. And leadership and determination.
I feel like this is gonna come back to bite us in the ass.
Ah,
what?
What? No.
What? Yo. Alright, what do we got for perks?
Tuk Tuk. Tuk Tuk's a perk.
There's a damage on 25 health.
I'm in front of the captain, Mom. Stop calling me Tuk Tuk.
See, 33% detection radius of enemies. Let's up our movement speed during the time dilation.
Tuk Tuk, your problem is over there.
Over there's got to solve its own problems. Ah, Neo. Actually, no, we were investigating behind the thing.
From
Yes,
another
we were.
world?
Let me see what the journal says. Radio Free Monarch. That's the information broker. That's unrelated to what we're doing. We're investigating sports betting. One RHBS fan been down one time, been down two times, never going back again.
Oof. I'm glad you caught that, because, like, I saw the musical notes, but I do not know the
I don't know the song either. I was guessing.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know that one either.
Yeah, same.
Been down one time. Like, no, stop. That's not
Who
it.
the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Ain't yours either.
Hey, what are you doing here?
This ain't your alley. This is my alley. See, my
our
name is
secret
right
alley.
over there.
Yeah, the secret's out, bro.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that
Purple
anyone has
tooth?
proof.
Yeah,
Well,
they
just
did say
confess
that,
to it.
Dave.
Your business.
I'm making it my business.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
Oh, yeah.
Means I'm gonna shove 1,000 volts up your ass.
You want a piece of me? Takes a piece of himself off. Here you go.
About 10 seconds before I add you to Natco's list of casualties.
You bully people long enough. You know it's good for you. Clear out and never come back.
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, like, oh, an actual fight. But no, you got him.
Yeah, wow, cowards. Okay, I was surprised at that.
Good thing you had a high roll.
Whips.
But what happens
what was
when
that?
there becomes here?
Over here becomes this Tesla gun.
Oh no! Over there has become here.
When will there be here? Soon.
How soon?
Look at that.
Oh no, it's the radar, sir. It's been jammed.
That icon looking like a green and red eye is like, as weird as this sounds, it's the cover of Shadowgate 64.
This newcomer has a meeting with me.
There's a newcomer has a meeting. That's very generous of you. No, you have a meeting with me.
You're locked in with me.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Wow.
Noted.
My self-review.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I'm turning with what's going where the wind takes me.
A charming notion. One doesn't meet many
charming
spirits in Halcyon.
Yeah,
Not outside Tartarus prison.
Charming.
Forgive me.
Charming.
I'm positively enraptured. Only I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
How unorthodox.
Won't set me.
How unorthodox.
Hey, could be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular
Used to this.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Oh no, they're gonna create a dream machine. This is just like Generation X.
You're free of other corporations. Why do you want to bring them back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard
How easy does
clause,
it look?
Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
You're free to anyone in Hollywood. Why not embrace it?
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
See, now this is actually a more balanced look at how the system kind of works. Like, yeah, being free and self-sufficient is great if you can actually manage it.
Yeah, it's very like homesteaders. Like, oh, I could have survived on my own. Really? Could you build a house? Can you fill it with plumbing and electricity? Can you raise a farm by yourself?
Can you provide?
The problem, of course, is that I know the corporations are just downright evil, so I want to discourage their usage at any time. But clearly, they are getting by. So
there is a point.
That's a coward's answer. No, that's how you do it.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Lady knows what's going on.
It's true. Our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle
Alarmingly
manager.
competent.
At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Gee, this guy's got a head on his shoulders.
Of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52,
Oh, that's the wrong idea.
Become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Bolt 52 sounds useful.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Ordinance or ordnance?
That's pretty good.
Where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of
We're looking into this brain slug option to gain obedient workers.
Oh no!
Marauders and raptidons.
So what is happening right now, and what is our end goal here? Because I'm more lost than a show with an awful ending. We're kind of just doing a few side quests at this town while trying to investigate, while trying to help a strike. Unfortunately, our attempt to help the strike ended up killing a lot of people. So we're trying a different path.
That's the first mission of Armored Core 1. They're striking for better rights. Kill them.
Yeah, we pretty much pulled a TVA just to erase that timeline, and now we're fixing it.
That timeline did not exist. It's over there. Over there, it needs to handle itself.
Yeah, it's over in the Linkara kicks dogs timeline.
Really, yes.
Linkara, how dare you?
Isaac Rose is dead. I found the people who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
Elijah's hooligan friends. I ran them out of town.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually.
Eventually.
Of course you would have.
Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Looking for an information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate.
Then I get Devil's Peak.
You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
If you can keep her sober.
I met Graham, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I gotta go. Alright, well...
He seems like a totally competent guy if he's actually telling the truth.
Bolt 52 is neat, but I'm still on this one trying to figure out a way to get the proof that that Velma's been taking money on the side.
Yeah, as we've been going around the town, there's been a lot of little side quests that we've been having, and they've been kind of adding to the narrative, but a lot of it has just been, let's go here, find this person, solve this portion.
Welcome to Fallout!
Yeah, it's a Fallout situation.
A quest upon a quest upon a quest upon a quest.
See, I like the Borderlands approach where, like, sometimes it branches, but a lot of times the side quest is self-contained and has different parts.
Also, Parvati's apparently becoming Sam's handler.
Sans Undertale?
Holcomb Parvati is now responsible for the SAM unit's maintenance. Designated caretaker.
That's kind of cool.
There is a rock in this unit's tread. Removal of foreign debris.
Microsoft Sam, work too well.
Microsoft Sam, I kind of like that. So yeah, the problem is the proof seems to be over here. At least that's where the quest points us. But if I try to break into it, it pisses off a lot of people.
Entering quiet mode.
Maybe
we have to stealthy and not die.
Also, reality seems to be breaking.
What the fart?
Oh
Hit
no!
the ground really hard.
The TVA really doesn't
oh god,
like
this
you.
is all simulation. Oh god.
Have we always had cats? We've always had cats.
We've always had cats.
RHPS fan says, aren't brain slugs the reason they are obedient?
That's a different planet. There's two people down there who would notice, apparently. Not these two, but like two people over here. I don't know why they would notice it when they... I'm saving.
Good idea.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Save early, save often.
Omega Bob says, swap Sam with Felix to boost your lockpicking. It'll reduce the amount of time needed for the lockpick.
Ah.
Microsoft Felix? No.
Felix the cat.
Which Felix the cat?
Yes.
Because there's the one from the old cartoons, and then there's the one from anime.
Yes. The answer is yes.
If you ever watched, ReZero, there's a character named Felix. There's a cat.
I don't know why anyone would notice the guy in the bright white and pink armor with a glowing lightning cannon jumping around the rooftops and stealing things. I know, right?
Look, we're not stealing. We're looking for evidence. We are sanctioned.
We're a detective, damn it. I am a recognized officer of the law.
When the guy was talking about ordinances, I'm like, give sanctions more time.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. This is a different planet, right? So would you not have any regulations on another planet or something like that? How does that work?
I mean, there is probably a jurisdiction kind of a thing. Plus, I'm sure our investigator badge got revoked when we killed the guy, who was responsible for the murder.
Imagine me pining after my family. Yeah, I suppose that was a touch lonesome. But hey, look at me now. I made it. I got
Well, we can't be the officer of the law. We can still be an officer of the law.
All right, good. The Felix thing worked.
I am.
Good job,
Fix it, Felix.
All right. I grabbed it, so now what?
Now we wait.
Now I go back to Caleb and talk to him.
Now I do like the quest marker is very visible. You are the law.
I am law.
Law. Your inspector's badge is the word "caw" written on a gum wrapper.
You need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Velma's ready to replace you with sublet contractor. Did I take their money by mistake? Like, did I grab the wrong thing?
We have a save right in front of it. You can check it, but I don't think we took the money. Now we have to get Felix again, but still.
No, the autosave might have
We'll fix it, Felix. It's hard to keep track of all the stuff Cole steals. That is very true.
Look,
Megabob says taking the money was right.
Megabob 4 taking the money was right. It's a way to convince Kel to get back to work. I'm not trying to get him back. I'm trying to get him back to work by him winning. I'm trying to help his strike.
Yes, help the strikers.
I'm trying to help the strikers.
William Stryker Wade.
No.
We're not helping him.
Mortal Kombat 3.
Now Curtis Stryker we can help.
Yeah, I was just joking, but we did watch X2 recently, and yeah, I would not help William Stryker.
Cole Aidman, Union Man.
I saw a pretty funny comment somewhere about how the actor who plays William Stryker has an extremely niche typecasting situation where he's the father of like a psychic child with terrifying powers that make you like see things and get you killed. That he's like personally performing experiments on to make it happen.
He's very good at this one thing.
Because he's also the father of Samara in the Ring movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's like what an.
It all comes back. So
that's
why Generation X was the Ring movie. It's William Stryker reminding of the past is what kills people.
It's like this is way before Finney and Verb, but this is like that if I had 2 nickels meme. It's like what a weird, extremely specific thing to happen twice.
Rangers don't show a shred of mercy in a Darlings game. Bates got tossed out of the game.
Okay, said the evidence might be in here, I think is what he said.
Serves him right.
Coleman's about as helpful a strike as Homer Simpson was, bumbling his way to becoming the winning card.
You think that's weird?
It's all connected. It's
oh no,
all
is
connected.
he coming on to me?
You want another actor who's weirdly typecasted into a role? Matt Frewer is another one for that. Because he's played Matt Frewer played Max Headroom, Job from Lawnmower Man, and the villain in Generation X, all of whom are characters who are separated from their bodies.
Here we go. Morass of Slack Hunter reform spreadsheets.
I'm telling you, it's connected.
So I didn't even need Felix. Turns out we didn't actually need him for this.
It all comes back to the number 42.
I thought it was number 23.
What our HPS fan? What about Ted Stryker? I don't know. He's not over Nacho Grande.
Stryker. Sorry, I love Airplane.
It's like poetry, you know. It rhymes.
Money. Okay, let's go back to Caleb now.
Faster, more intense.
The decision is yours. Of course, the decision is mine, and the decision is we're helping the strikers.
The power is yours.
Especially since Velma has apparently been skimming money.
Yeah, we don't want to help Velma. I mean, she's not good enough for the Scooby Gang anymore. She betrayed the Scooby Gang.
She was the true villain this whole time. Also, I wish they wouldn't have the waypoint on the thing that does not help the strikers.
Actually, a movie where Velma is the villain in the Scooby-Doo movies. I'm not even kidding on that.
Around everybody because she's like the smart one.
She's a skeptic in a lot of the movies, and I don't like it.
Jinkies.
Here's the thing. Early on, she was the character who was willing to accept the supernatural being a thing, but was slightly skeptic. Fred was the full skeptic.
So I assume this is the best way to get the Tossball poster? The what?
What about the Tossball poster?
Somewhere along that line, they decided that smart equals skeptic, and I hate it.
That was right in your place to you a subcut. I got the thing! Do I gotta talk to her now?
Yeah, it says you've done it. Like, what's the problem?
Why don't you grab a chair?
Why don't you
well,
grab
I want to grab a chair.
Yeah, I gotta go down and talk to her? That's right, that's right. They said they don't want to blackmail her, so we'll blackmail her.
Oh, okay, and then you could come back to him like, oh, guess what? She's willing to listen now.
Yeah, you know what?
I'll let you finish, Velma, but one more thing. We're gonna blackmail you.
Maybe they don't actually work here. They're striking for unrelated reasons.
There you go. Let's see.
Give you a friendlier welcome.
Sorry about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell
okay.
if Caleb wants to keep the...
Sorry, your account's been skimming money for years. You can afford to pay more.
Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not to show? I'm the one who keeps this place running. That money's mine, one way or another.
That's not for you to decide.
What do you think Sanjar will say to that?
Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
I think he'll be up for that.
Yeah?
Let them have their tartar sauce.
See, we worked things out peacefully, and I didn't have to shock anyone.
I used my words. They were good against the hooligans. They're good against Velma.
Shocking, wasn't it?
Hmm?
You ever think
about
what goes on in a marauder's head? No, they're crazy. But they still manage to feed themselves, dress themselves, work together.
Let them eat proper wages.
Thing about
Yeah.
Tossball.
Wait a minute.
Is played from the heart.
Why don't you grab a
Why don't you grab a chair?
Well, why don't you grab a stool?
Be a Raptidon's dinner. Reckon I ought to listen to gossip.
Why don't you grab a chair?
Here, take this as compensation.
Why don't you grab a
Ain't
fair?
But I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now, me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
I am pretty awesome.
Literally, she's going to blow the fuse. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Like, you know, all we do is turn knobs and press dials and flip switches.
How
Like,
interesting.
Velma doesn't know what she's doing.
Now then, there's also this Braxton guy who says that hasn't shown up to work. So let's go see what's up with that.
Braxton.
Assuming he's not dead.
What, we're going to stumble upon another murder.
We just kind of run into those, don't we?
Murders just happen wherever we go. It's like Cole is the one responsible.
Well, I mean, breathing in coal would make you die.
Oh, we can just walk into his apartment.
Yeah.
Or that one below us.
That was genuinely eerie for a second there.
Yeah.
That, huh?
Looking for Braxton. Have you seen him?
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you. Sorry.
Relax. No one's in trouble. Just looking to have a friendly chat with him.
Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick, and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there.
That's all I needed.
She seems very worried for some reason.
I think she's taking drugs.
It's not drugs. It's not drugs.
But
it's not weird.
Our HPS fan says the real bad guys are the ones who made the Velma HBO series.
Oh.
And my drugs in all caps.
I'm just gonna take it easy.
Look, we just need one drugs, please.
What was it called in Deus Ex? Like, Zima was a drink. It was like, it was a Z name. Zyme.
Yep.
Better. Much better. Make it last. I left homeboy on his back by the tracks.
I need to play Deus Ex one of these days, but I'm on my cozy time. After the stream, I'm going to play some Disney Dreamlight Valley because I beat Banner Saga 1, and hard mode is really damn hard.
You gotta search that
one of the hardest video games I've ever beat.
Deus Ex is one of my favorite FPSs ever. Just brace yourself for the graphics because they were aged even like on launch day, but that game is brilliant.
Yeah, like I don't. When I play a game, I don't really take stock of how it is now. Usually, I take it based on the time frame. But even then, I don't really care so much about the graphics.
Incredible.
But the gameplay and story is what really draw me in. And like Banner Saga, I had problems with, but I really liked. It was still very hard.
Gameplay is very good. Its story is amazing.
Also, we can finally buy mag picks and stuff now, or at least in this place we can buy them.
One of these days, Deus Ex. It's on my list.
But chat,
not before like To a Human, or there was another game that was like Alpha Protocol.
I heard that one was actually remarkably good. It was just like buggy as hell when it was on PS3 and no one liked it, but the writing was apparently like impeccable.
It was the new Mass Effect, and Alpha Protocol was. And I haven't played it. I'm gonna try some of these things out because I feel like a lot of games get underrated in their time, and I like to go back because the video that I'm working on right now is being edited. It's about a fourth done. It's on Assassin's Creed 1 and Darksiders 1, both of which I feel did not get a fair shake by people.
Darksiders 1 ain't bad.
They're fairly underrated for their time. Darksiders 1 has some problems, but if you give it a little bit of your time, it really sucks you in. It's Metroidvania. It's great.
The character design for War is like comically of its time. Like this big burly guy. But the game's quite good.
I like the design because it reminds me of like World of Warcraft, and I feel like it still has striking color scheme. Even though it's over designed, it is very good color scheme.
Also, MX Video is saying my favorite FPS are the Wolfenstein reboot games. I haven't heard them, although I haven't played them, although I heard they were good. But I love Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Mixed Video. If you like Darksiders and Assassin's Creed, my video will probably be out by February. At this rate, it's about a fourth done. Phil's working on it. It's been recorded for a while. It's just. We have some really long videos that I've been recording back to back, and we're trying to get them out, and they're very long. This one I think is going to be about an hour and a half-ish.
I gotta play more Darksiders. Like I beat 2 a few months ago. That game is also great. But
I've heard good things about 2, although you can't you can't platinum the original version because it was online for a bit. So I'm gonna get the remake.
Yeah, the
definitive vision.
I played the PS4 version. It's very, very good. And considering what those games are and what the characters look like, it looks like big dumb guy action game. Like you just like punch everything and that's the game. But the writing is remarkably good.
That one a-hole, we ever do another movie adaptation month? Probably at some point. Pierre Lewis,
I've been asking for more.
To be completely honest, with everyone that can read this, I've never heard of this game before. I've never seen it before until I watched this channel. Well, it's probably it came out a few years ago. It's basically Fallout in space. It's made by the same dev team as Fallout New Vegas.
It was big in certain circles. I've heard some, like, it wasn't big outside of specific circles because a lot of it wasn't like Fallout.
Yeah. I know a lot of people were really happy with it when it came out, though.
Yeah,
because it was like people were getting a little like disillusioned from the Bethesda games, and they're like, "But New Vegas is the best one," and this is like the original team Obsidian making another Fallout game. It's just not called Fallout.
Yep.
Yeah. One thing. Oh, sorry.
What an unexpected surprise! Please come in. Come in. Come in.
We're armed to the teeth. What's he gonna do? Kill us with generosity?
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable.
We ran in Braxton. You supposed to came by here?
I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner?
You're a cannibal, aren't you?
He's gonna poison your food.
I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that.
He really wants you to eat something.
Dinner's almost ready.
I think I just lost my appetite.
Freaking Kodelko over here.
Mixed video for you asking. It's the Bun Squad. I'll type in chat. The Bun Squad.
I believe we're a man named Braxton.
Sorry, I'm not real good with names.
Something wrong?
It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments.
Do you think I remember the name of every single person I've eaten?
I felt like that after my dad passed. Walked around in a haze for weeks. I'm sorry you're feeling that way too.
Other times it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before?
We stuck in a time loop. Maybe I can help you.
That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready.
You're pushing this hard.
They're overselling it. One thing I find interesting, not like specifically about Darksiders, is how every game changes protagonists. Everything is different, but the same development team has been trying to work through it the entire time. It's been really interesting.
And it covers generally the same timeline, all culminating to the same idea.
Yeah.
The Eternal provides, does it not?
So you were comedy while I'm all the way out here.
The Eternal does not desire that we huddle and hide, crowded in by walls. We all share the spark of the divine, and we were made to spread it across the stars. Out here, we are free. And even apart from society, the universe provides for us, as your being here proves.
Of course. What do you mean by that?
Just that your presence here is a gift to us, and one that we don't take for granted. Look at me.
I don't know. It seems pretty deathy to me.
To cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't like the sound of any of this.
They're just inviting you to be dinner. I mean, for dinner.
Look. We've had this before in Walking Dead.
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies?
What are you talking about?
You know, the ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on the front. They don't taste very good, but they make me feel so nice. Hungry, too. That's too bad. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though.
I wonder why.
Was his name Braxton?
I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers.
What are you talking about, this man?
Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal.
Why bring any more rock candies?
He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that. They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again. Okay, maybe I'll see you at dinner.
We wouldn't want to intrude.
Hills have eyes, MFers.
But yeah, like even with like THQ like being sold and then the original developers getting back to THQ Nordic, it's interesting how Darksiders kind of evolved and grew. And I know some people are kind of confused, not super happy with I think Genesis, but like I want to wait and see because Darksiders 2, Darksiders 3 are generally well reviewed.
Definitely gonna have nightmares
Yep.
about this.
I'm gonna be sick.
Oh.
Well.
Why is it always having you for dinner? Why can't you just eat something that's not people?
Yeah, that does explain why we can't find Timothy, doesn't it? Because when our HPS fan said Sophie's a cannibal, it explains why we can't find Timothy. Timothy!
I don't feel bad about stealing from the cannibals.
They're cannibals. They made their bed. Now they have to lie in their own supper.
I'll just leave
We
that
just
way.
love to have you for dinner.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
It is one of your better qualities.
Yeah, it's one of my better qualities.
How very rude.
Rude?
Teach you some manners.
You eat people.
Don't worry, I don't bite. Wait, that's no, never mind.
Monarch had monsters.
You know what's a really bad idea? Trying to threaten a guy who has a lightning gun in a small enclosed space.
Yeah!
You're calling us rude when you ate someone.
Yeah, but I mean, we can be rude.
We were very polite.
I felt like we were actually the most reasonable people here.
The true crime was our breaking decorum.
I think the true crime was them eating people.
But
Yeah,
they
you
were
don't
very
eat-
polite about it.
When people are when your food talks, that's a problem.
Yes. We had an issue about that in my game today.
If I steal from the cannibals, loot from the cannibals, plunder, rob, and mug from the cannibals.
That's pretty good.
I just got back from doing something. What about looting cannibals? What?
Oh, we met
found
some
cannibals.
cannibals. They were very polite cannibals, but we still shot them.
They called us rude
They were polite
because we
because they
found out
wanted
they
us
ate
to
people.
stay for dinner. It was gonna get weird.
They're like, you're rude because you found out that we're cannibals, and I'm like, what?
Well, we're rude because we...
Cole Aidman!
Cole Aidman is pretty good.
Oh, Columbo 8-man.
And the funny thing is, we actually had in my D&D game earlier today, I have run a D&D game that's streamed every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's on Twitch. But we had a thing with cannibals today because they were facing off against pig people called Sweeton, who have an ability called Consume.
Oh, dear.
Yes, you could say dinner is canceled. Yeah!
If they consume a recently deceased creature, they regain a quarter of their HP.
We should call this video looting the cannibals.
That's what they call orphans who grow
Nah,
up.
spoilers.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Oh, that's a good one.
Must have been lonesome.
Come on, Parvati, who you talking to? Imagine me.
So in the middle of the battle, one of the pigmen ate another one of the pigmen.
Oh no.
If only the cannibals had a Tossball poster.
I got a ship and everything.
Yeah, you would have second thoughts about taking them out.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
That's bad news about Braxton.
That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift?
You are stuck covering a shift.
He was killed by cannibals out in the ruins.
Wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
You are an ass.
Well, you're not going to find his ass.
There's a rotten way to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement.
right into
Something
it.
else on your mind?
Come to Rachel Chris poster.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Nell's no longer interested in the poster.
That's a surprise. Tossball being part of her business and all. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon.
All this to get a poster.
Look,
I just wanted a poster.
I just wanted a Tossball poster.
Tossball. Rudy Tazzoni.
So
Tazzoni.
We got 5 minutes before the end here, so let's recap this stream, okay? We came here.
This has been crazy.
We came here to get a Tossball poster. We have ended a strike, dealt with cannibals, convinced the local gang of troublemakers to stop being troublemakers. We
found a guy who didn't want to be found.
Delivered some dirty jerseys to someone who sniffed them.
How about this, Linkara? From cannery to cannibal.
That's good. That's very good. Come on, it's cannibal, not cantable. I don't know what I would use that for, but I feel like that's a line I gotta save and use for something.
Yeah, bad news.
Oh no, 100% successful.
You don't have a cannibal problem anymore.
This Thursday, so never could get the hang of Thursdays.
Oh, what was that? Hitchhiker's Guide?
Yep. It must be Thursday. Never could get the hang of Thursdays. Alright, so we should probably deliver the poster, but we have this main quest line we're also here for. That one a-hole. We ever do Wizard of Oz comics? Favorite Oz movie? It's been so long since I watched any of the Oz movies, so I don't know if I have a favorite one. And yeah, I'll probably do some Oz comics at some point in the future. I just have nothing currently on the docket. It's better to be a first edition, one-of-a-kind print for all the trouble we're going through to get it. I mean, it's signed by Black Hole Birdie, who stopped signing autographs and just stamps them now, so it's worth it. It's just like, man, all this just to get an autographed poster. When instead you could go to the Atop the Fourth Wall store, Envy, and buy one of my autographs for $5. They're apparently very popular right now.
Also, you actually sign them and do not stamp them.
Yes.
Yes, they are all individually signed and sealed and delivered.
All right, I'm going to save. Yours. I'm going to save right here.
This was a delight, but also a weird one.
Oh, no, today was a bit of a bummer, huh, sir? All right, well, I want to thank you all for joining us for another exciting adventure with Cole Aidman, anti-cannibal and detective extraordinaire and matchmaker extraordinaire. That's another thing. We also hooked up two people. That was the start of our day.
Yeah, you repeated.
We had a very big day.
This was a busy 2 hours.
A lot of small things.
All the small things. So, just one final thing to end us on here before I, send everyone off. I'm currently working on the action figures. I'm going to adjust the hips here so that they're not quite as, open or anything like that. But this is like a prototype of how the colors would look on this. This is just using PLA rather than the PETG it'll actually be printed in. But you can
that's very cute.
Yeah, you can see like the details of the jacket and everything like that. Like I said, I want to adjust the hips because this is bony hips right there. I know it's for posability, but I like to have at least some more more realistic looking. I mean, the arms are already going to be beefy on this thing. Let's not make the hips weird.
You know what's amazing?
The hips can't lie.
You know what's amazing? One of my online friends actually made like a Lego version of you, actually.
It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
So I want to thank all of our wonderful guests for joining us. Thank you, Eliza.
Always being here. I'll be streaming the Resident Evil-a-thon on my Twitch channel for the rest of this week and the rest of this month because I still gotta finish it.
I want to thank Lotus Prince.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'll be streaming tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing Stone Keep on Monday, Phantasy Star 2 for patrons on Wednesday, Silent Hill 2 Remake on Friday, and I'm currently uploading a platinum set of playthroughs, I suppose, for Lies of P.
Tim Johnson, it's not bad, but it looks a little blocky. That's kind of just the result of the open source action figures I'm using as the base here, which Like here, just the original one is blocky. Where is the I had it out right here. So this is the original one that it's based off of. So it's hyper posable, but yes, it is very blocky. I'm trying to make modifications to it to make at least, you know, consistent body and stuff like that. But like, it's hugely posable. It'll have a slightly more realistic looking head. I'm going to make it like slightly cartoonified, but you know, rounded head as opposed to blockiness. But this is the base for how the figures are supposed to work anyway. So yeah, it is going to be blocky, but dem's the nature of things. We're not getting hyper-realistic things here. I mean, for one thing, I don't exactly have a superhero build on my body. But otherwise, I also want to thank Xandria Productions.
I will not be streaming again. I will be back to streaming next year in 2025, playing Infamous for PlayStation 3. And recently, a friend of mine did like something. Well, not a friend, but like an acquaintance I just recently met up. Did a retrospective of the Reviewerverse, a 3-parter. It's really good. So I hope y'all check it out when you got a chance. It's already been posted in the crossover thing. But if you want to check that out, you can be like a $1 patron for aTopTheFourthWall to check it out to get connected into the Discord.
All right, thank you, Andrew. And finally, Zenith.
Hey, good to be back. Thanks for having me on. This was a fun one. I have been behind the scenes recording a very lot. Midnight Combo Pack is going to be coming back around February-ish. Danganronpa 2 has been fully recorded. I'm going to warn you, it's a full like 3 quintins long, so it's going to take a bit to make, but that's in the bucket. We have Tsukihime that we're working on. Eliza's part of it, but it's a long Let's Play. So working on stuff, it just hasn't come out yet. In the meantime, Disney Debate is going to have to tide you over until then.
All right, and of course, like I said, currently planning on the big charity stream to be all day on the 11th, but we will see if that ends up changing. I haven't made a more formal announcement because I want to make sure I have all my eggs in a basket first, but we are closing in on it. It's going to happen. And of course, keep an eye out for the Shattered Grid review coming in the next few days. Y'all have yourselves a good rest of the night. Thank you all for joining us.
Hi, people.
And don't watch Generation X. Don't watch Generation X.
Good advice.
Unless it's Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.